Welcome to KEEPUP News Channel. What the HAAL Man City 5, Sparta Prague 0, Erling Haaland defies physics to score wonder goal as Pep's side run riot again. Manchester City aren't far off doing the same on nights like this. An absolutely dominant display, topped off by a goal from Haaland, the likes of which the Etihad has never seen. More of that later. They were set on their way last night through the brilliance of his homegrown favourite Phil Foden to give them a half-time lead. Haaland seemed to defy physics, gravity, and everything else, to turn the ball homie on 58 minutes. John Stones with a looping header on 64, Haaland with his second 4 minutes later, and Matheus Nunes from the spot 2 minutes from time completed the rout. First Foden, who put his own name in the history books last season, winning both the Football Writers and PFA Players of the Year trophies after bagging 28 goals for his club and country. The start to this season has not been without its problems, however, with many wondering why this was only his fourth start to the campaign. Particularly with Kevin De Bruyne out injured. Manager Pep Guardiola has tried to clear it up, claiming injury niggles and illness have been to blame for his stuttering start. He showed with a cracking goal and an assist in the 4-0 win over Slovan Bratislava on Match Day 2 of this season Champions League that he has lost none his skill for all that. He kept his place against Fulham, and it was his ball in for John Stones' last gasp goal after coming on as a sub in the second half. As Guardiola says, you realize immediately when he is happy and fit and mentally in the right moment, you realize immediately he's getting better and better. He showed that after just 3 minutes against Sparta. Receiving a ball from Manuel Akanji, he ducked inside 2 men, moved the ball onto his left foot and arrowed a shot back Arcus Peter Vindal into the far bottom corner. City off and running, and immediately looking for a second. With his very first touch on 10 minutes, Erling Haaland's header was only denied by a spectacular save from Vindal. Ilkay Gundogan was making his 100th Champions League appearance, only the 48th player in history to do so, and second in City colours after Fernandinho. His corner on 27 minutes found Haaland again with a header, but this time his effort was hacked away from in front of the goal. In an instant, Sparta broke through Veljko Birmančević and nearly had an equalizer, but City number 2 goalkeeper Stefan Ortega dived full length to deny him with his fingertips. He was one of 5 changes to the starting City side. You can change the names, but the football always seems to stay the same. They were camped in the Sparta half for most of game, and that dominance showed in the scoreline after the break. Just 3 minutes into that second period, from Foden's corner, Angelo Preciado headed the ball off his own post. In the ensuing scramble, Nathan Ake turned it in, but the VAR also spotted a handball by the City player. No worries, City kept at it, and when Savinho crossed another Haaland header, was denied by another fine save. Then the two combined again, and this time the net bulged, and the crowd gasped. Savinho raced to the byline and chipped the ball back across goal, and then this happened. Haaland took to the air like a karate champion with his back to goal, and in mid-air flicked out his left boot out to connect with the ball on the volley and send it past a stunned Vindal. Nobody in the stadium was quite sure at first how he had scored it. Even Pep Guardiola, who has seen it all, was checking with his bench what had happened. As the feat was replayed on the stadium's big screens, the roars were replaced by expressions and sounds of disbelief. Wow, just wow. Sunday's hero Stones popped up with the third, a towering header from Matheus Nunes' cross. The fourth was another thing of beauty for different reasons, as City glided their way upfield, sharing the ball between the players. Rico Lewis, having a fine game, turned and began it all, finding Foden, who strode down the centre of the park like he owned. He offloaded the ball to Nunes, and as the Sparta players looked this way and that, the ball came back inside for Haaland to curl a low shot in. Nunes got the goal his performance deserved after 2 assists, as he was allowed to take the late penalty. City exceptional. Haaland, unbelievable. Source, thesun.co.uk. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.